having 5, 0, then 5, comma, let me try as I, and with this I'm having minus 1. Yes, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, right? So we need one more thing. So we will go start with we had more values, right? So 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 0. So I would be, will start from 5 to 0. It should go for the 5 start. 6 minus 5, I means 6 minus 1. Okay, we take how we have, right? So 7 minus I. Oh, 6 minus I. Yes. So we were solving this question from the previous session, and this was the leftover question. And what was the question? So let me write the question first. Then I'll go to the agenda. So what's the today's agenda? We are going to explore more about string built-in function. What we will study in today's session, the string functions here, and then we will go for the tuple inbuilt function, how we can play with the tuples, which is very important for the interview aspect also. And you will have to encounter in data science and machine learning code where we have tuples based questions. The ground truth is very clear here. Then we will discuss some secret Python coding, and we'll continue with this slide, and we'll try to implement these codes in our Jupyter notebook. I'm going to download this raw file. Okay. Coding square. Then we have secret Python tips, where we have negative indexing list. In the last session we have not seen this one, easy value swapping, right? So we will start from this easy value swapping, right? Okay, so let's get started with the string value first. If we encounter any string value anywhere, how we can solve these values, right? First, let me write this question. Here we have previous question. What was the question here? Write a Python program to print following pattern, right? And what was the explanation part of this? Going to select all, and that's it. We had first outer loop for our loop where we have starting for 5 to 0, and this one will be incremented till -1. So everything will be decremented here, right? So 5 to 1, we will have 5 to 1 value here, right? First I value will have 5 in first iteration. May I carry 5 hogi. So j will be executed 5 to 5 minus 5, that is 0, right? Because this value is excluding the second part. So 5 comma 0 jo hai, second value that will be included, 5 comma 1 will be printed out, right? So we will have j in the entire for loop, second inner loop. So we have 5 to 0. So second portion, second integer value is excluded in the range function. So we have 5 to 1 at the screen level. In the next iteration, I value will be 4 because it's decremented in each epoch, in each iteration. So this 4 will jump into the second for loop. Now j will have 5 to 5 minus 4, that is 3, right? So So 5 minus 4, sorry, 1. So 5 minus 4, 1. So 5, 4, 3, 2. It will print till 2 because 1 will be excluded here, right? In the third iteration, the I value will be 3. So this will be 5 to 3. 5 to 2. So 5 to 3 will be printed because the second integer is excluded here. In the same way, it will jump to the next iteration and will print. This print is just for the new line, nothing specific. If I'm going to delete this option, going to run this one, you will find all the operation in the same loop. But I'll have to print this into the upper for loop domain. So going to remove that indentation and then we have the upper domain for loop. Now I'm going to explain the string function. I'm going to make heading, click, and we'll link string, and string value will be printed out. Suppose I'm having any name and this name is coding square. That will be the value of my container. In memory, there will be box, namely name, which will consist coding square value. In case you want to keep float values or some dollar values, so I'll keep $250 in the price column, right? Now I want to add quantity in the same context, so I'm going to add this quantity, and this will be 10 items here. All right, so I'm going to run this code. If you are going to print these output, so these attributes or the boxes are going to print all these values. Can you see these string values, respective string values, because they are enclosed with the codes. So we have a string format and we are going to print these values, right? Now I want to print, or I want to check specific character which is present in a string or not. Let's see, I'm going to check O, the first name, which is my character name. So I want to print whether this O is present or not. Can you see? This is present, hence it's showing true. In case I'm going to copy this code, paste it, and in case I'm going to paste it capital O, so it's showing false, which means which is not available in that string, right? Similarly, if I'm going to check another value, so certainly it will be give true value if it is available there. Now I'm going to check the length of the size of this string, right? So let's say first I'm going to copy this one, but V, and then here I'm having name function, right? So that would be the length of my name. But can we count manually? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Space is again our count number. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? This 13 characters are matching with my output here. So I can say I'm getting the length of my string value. Can I check my quantity? How many string value here inside the quantity? Yes, 8 is the character. 8 characters are available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can cross validate these output also, right? Can I access a specific element in a string? Of course, I can go for the specific name and can print it. It's kind of indexing here. So I'm going to print name and then 1. You can see it's a printing second element. If you're going to print 2, it's going to print third character. Can you see the coding? D is just going to print here. If I'm going to print 8, so it's going to print Q, which is the this one, S and then, right? So numerical value or the character specific are going to print on the screen. Suppose I need to print 8 to 10, so I'm printing the 8 and 9th value, right? In case of 8 to 14, so I'm going to print starting from 8 till 13 index number. The second value is excluding here also. This is called forward indexing, right? We know we are printing from left to right. I'm going to write forward indexing. But what is the backward indexing? So if I'm going to print backward indexing here, I'm going to copy this comment, this code.
रिकॉर्डिंग लगा दी थी हमने जैसे ही मैं ज्वाइन किया था ना -1 अभी से ही स्टार्ट किया था फिर वो स्टार्ट करिए फिर एक मिनट यहां पे करिए फिर मैंने वापस पॉज करके अब कोडिंग पे आराम से कर रहा हूं
इफ आई एम गोइंग टू प्रिंट -1 हियर आई एम प्रिंटिंग हां वो कह रही है कि आज ही दिया है उसने कहा कि आज ही दिया है ना वो तो 2 दिन से आ रहा है ना वेरी फर्स्ट वैल्यू टिल द लास्ट वन एंड एक्सक्लूडिंग द लास्ट वन एक्चुअली -1 representing the last from the right hand side and the value we are
करता तो है नहीं वो तो मैंने मान लिया लेकिन वो बंदा 2 दिन ऐसा नाम से 2 दिन से आया उसने मैंने आज ही दिया है लिंक
so we are going to print
बोल के आइए कि मैंने आज ही दिया है और ऐसा तो
called string slicing as we had seen in the
कुछ भी नहीं आ रहा सिर्फ एक s और एक r और
in the list slicing also
भाई मैं अभी क्या करूंगा आज रिकॉर्डिंग के साथ ना क्लास में लिख दूंगा डिस्क्रिप्शन पे
now
if you are joining for the class join with the same account that you have registered for
name. Can you see these many functions are available with my function, right, with my string value, right? So how to use these functions, these many functions, right? You can see if it is len is available anywhere, ijk, ln, and it should be available somewhere. Okay, it's not available. So certainly, okay, let me check control f len. Yes, it is available. Can you see it? Yes. So here we have this one. Suppose I'm going to copy this contains. Let's say what's the functionality of this contain, right? Okay, so there might be some more aspect. Suppose I'm going to use this inside the print. Okay, so it's not there. So might be some another functions available with this one or some value. Let me use this replace function here along with this, right? So I'm going to replace string value. So I'm going to write some new name. With the new name, I'm going to write name and this replace function. And with this replace function, I'm going to replace some values, right? So with capital C, I'm going to replace with capital B, right? I'm just going to run this code, C and V. Can you see boarding square? Instead of coding square, it's a printing boarding square. Means we had to replace first character of C with the B value, which is the replaceable function. Any question, any query till here? Quantity, right? And I'm going to use this quantity dot strip. So what's the functionality of this strip? We are going to strip this one, and let me give some quantity here with the space value also. Let me run this code one more time. So quantity and then strip. So it removes white spaces from the beginning or and the values, right? So can I print this one? Let's see. and comma v. Can you see the first value does not have any space at the beginning or at the end. But in the second term, quantity only, we have spaces at the beginning and space at the end also, which means this strip removes white spaces from the beginning or end of a string, right? If you are going to check the length of these two, length of this new quantity and length of old quantity, so you will find the difference very clearly, right? So we have 12 quantity, we have 8. 4 spaces are removed from the old quantity one, right? Now, can I give more values here? So let me give some new quantity is equal to quantity dot upper, right? I'm going to run this code and try to print C, B, and run this code. Can you see these items are replaced with the caps lock? We have uppercase and we have changed all the values into the given format. Can I go for the, let me create this new quantity again. So with this new quantity, I'm going to replace, instead of upper, I'm going to deploy lower. Okay, so we had already new quantity. Now we have lower, and then I'm going to print this value. So we had both the cases in the lower format. So this is the meaning of this one, right? Suppose I'm having new message, right? And let's say I'm having message is equal to code hello folks, data science is branch of AI. We are going to run this code here. New message is equal to msg dot split, and we are going to split with the quotes and then comma. I'm going to run this code and try to print new message here. Here we have hello folks DSS. So by separating with comma means wherever you will find this comma, it will separate into two different parts, right? So here we have two portion of this message. First is before comma and second is post comma, right? But in the same way, if I'm trying to split using space only, I'm having this run function and going to print the value again. Can you see all these single string? I won't call it character because what is the character here? HELLO, each are character, but I'll call it words. Each word is having separate identity in my list, and they are separated by comma. They are another bag of words in my terms. All right. Let's say we have email ID, which is equivalent to, let's say, sachin.saxena@tallyperformance.com. I want to segregate this website name in a different value and this value. So what I'll do, I'll write C and will use email underscore ID, new underscore email ID is equivalent to email underscore ID dot split, and then I'm going to split on the basis of @ right? So I'm going to split this value in this. Oh, I didn't run this code. email@gmail.com. Oh, there should be underscore, or I should write in the code, of course, right? So now I'm having a split value. So new email ID will have this one, my name and my first, like my first name, everything, and then teleperformance.com, my website name, my hosting email ID, right? If you have infosys.com, wipro.com, or like microsoft.com, so your website name will be in different item, as a different item, and the domain name will be in separate value, and your name will be in separate value, right? Now suppose I need new email ID with the let's say, can we have underscore along with the this one? Okay, I don't think, comma, yes. So I'm going to run this code one more time. So here we have these values. Okay, it didn't run. Okay, so we will have to split one more time this value. Okay, to run this one, I'm going to run this one. Can you see now underscore, on the basis of underscore we are going to split this value, right? If you want to split the second value, so what I'll do, C, V, underscore is equal to V and colon and 1 and dot split, and then go to the @ part. Here we have C. Now we have these two values, right? So new email ID will be different part, and this Sachin.Saxena will be different part, right? So this is how we can deal with the different string functions and all. We will see more functions, more.
Sir, I am having one doubt.
Yes.
For strip and upper lower function, you have used for printing purpose new quantity comma quantity. But here for email ID, you only printing by using email ID, not by comma.
Not by comma, because we do not have any comma in this field. The original field consists this Sachin Saxena @teleperformance.com. So I'm not giving that special character which is not available. So I can do that, but of course it won't give that effect.
No, sir. For printing purpose, you only write new comma email ID, new email ID.
This one?
For printing purpose,
Okay.
But for strip and uppercase, you have used go for strip and upper, sir.
No, I didn't use this.
No. New quantity, go to new quantity, sir. Here.
I use this
here
one.
New quantity. You have used comma.
Oh, so what was the objective here? I want to compare these two values, old and new value. So I was trying to print both the values simultaneously. If I'm going this one, so it will print only one values. So I wanted to print both the values simultaneously, concurrently.
Okay, sir.
This was the reason I was giving that comma. Otherwise, what I had to do, I had to create a new line, text, and this new line, code line, and then new quantity, and then quantity, in order to give the comparison in these two. If you guys are practicing HackerRank or the other coding contest and this one, this split function is most widely used. They, from the very first code, program number 1 or practice part 0, they are using this split function from the very first code, and I will be discussing these codes also in this session also. But you will have to go step by step. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि स्प्लिट फंक्शन का ऑपरेशन और स्केलेटन पार्ट कैसा होता है और वो आउटपुट किस तरीके से देगा. If you are going to give an only parenthesis like no operator special character, it will work certainly, but it will separate by space by default. In case you want to give any special character, let's say you want to separate by underscore, you want to separate by @, you want to separate by dot. In that case, you will have to use that quotes and dot itself. This is the reality of this function. If you do not have any other doubt, I'm going to the next part of this session. This is called tuple, and that's it. Okay, so can I go for the tuple if you do not have any question, any query? Any other query?
Hello.
Any? Yes.
सर हमने ऊपर पहले जब मेथड्स वगैरह लिस्ट की थी जो dir कमांड यूज करके, तो कुछ मेथड्स ऐसी आई है जिनमें ये जो डैश लगा हुआ है स्टार्ट में और एंड में, तो इन दो, और जो कुछ मेथड्स इसमें नहीं है, तो इनमें कुछ डिफरेंस है?
हाँ, इनमें कुछ में क्या होता है कि उनका सिंटेक्स जो लिखने का होता है वो अलग होता है। जैसे कि यहाँ पे आर स्प्लिट है, स्ट्रिप है, वो कुछ जैसे आप देखो यहाँ पे जो len हमने यूज किया वो पहले फंक्शन और फिर राउंड ब्रैकेट और उसके अंदर में स्ट्रिंग है ना। इसका आप लिखने का तरीका देखो len का, और यहाँ पर हमने स्ट्रिप लिखा, इसके लिखने का तरीका देखो। जबकि आप देखो लेंथ भी हमारे पास में यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है, len यहाँ पर, और स्ट्रिप भी अवेलेबल है। कैन यू सी?
यस।
सो जो स्केलेटन है और जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो अलग है दोनों का। जैसे कि आपने जैसे लिखा लेंथ, सो लेंथ ऑफ क्वांटिटी इज स्टिल गिविंग 12, राइट? सो मे बी दिस इज मॉडिफाइड। सो कैन आई यूज क्वांटिटी डॉट len ऐसा करके? नो, इट्स एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग। एट्रीब्यूट एरर विल शो। तो वो उसका सिंटेक्स नहीं है कि वो आपकी मर्जी से नहीं चलेगा, मतलब कि मेरी मर्जी से नहीं चलेगा कि कंपाइलर ऐसा भी ले ले क्योंकि मैंने स्ट्रिप को फंक्शन को ऐसा दिया था, राइट? इफ यू विल गिव जस्ट दैट स्टेटमेंट कि सर स्ट्रिप को हम जस्ट डॉट स्ट्रिप करके वहां से इनहेरिट कर रहे हैं, तो फिर हम यहाँ पे लेंथ को क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं? एंड यू मस्ट नो द डिफरेंस इन बिटवीन दीज टू आल्सो। एक्चुअली जब कभी हम लेंथ देते हैं विच मीन्स वी आर पासिंग फंक्शन, राइट? जब हम क्लास एंड ऑब्जेक्ट पढ़ेंगे तब आप देखोगे कि जब हम डॉट ऑपरेटर देते हैं तो वहां पे आप क्लास लेना चाहते हो तो यू आर यूजिंग दिस डॉट ऑपरेटर, बट आप फंक्शन में कोई पैरामीटर पास कराना चाहते हो तब आप यूज करते हो दिस वन, लेंथ, राउंड ब्रैकेट, और उसके अंदर में वो जो क्वांटिटी वैल्यू है वो आप पास कराते हो। सो लेंथ इज अ फंक्शन एंड स्ट्रिप इज अ ऑब्जेक्ट। तो ऑब्जेक्ट और फंक्शन में डिफरेंस है, वही यहाँ पर साफ दिखाई दे रहा है कि यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक जो है ये सारे फंक्शन है, और यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक वो सारे क्या है? ऑब्जेक्ट है, काइंड ऑफ मेथड है, सॉरी। तो मेथड उस क्लास में, अब क्लास क्या है? पूरा स्ट्रिंग str। कैसे पता चला? अगर मैं प्रिंट लिखूंगा और प्रिंट में लिखूंगा pype and inside this string I am going to write type. Can you see? class str। तो आप इंटरव्यू को जस्टिफिकेशन दे सकते हो, एवरी सिंगल स्टेटमेंट इनसाइड पाइथन इज क्लास एंड ऑब्जेक्ट। पहला ही सेशन क्लास एंड ऑब्जेक्ट से शुरू होता है। ये C++ या जावा भी ऑब्जेक्ट है, पर जावा की तरह ऐसा नहीं है कि आपका क्लास एंड ऑब्जेक्ट 10th सेशन में आएगा या आफ्टर 15 क्लास आपका मैं क्लास और ऑब्जेक्ट शुरू करूंगा। नो, पहले ही सेशन से आपका क्लास एंड ऑब्जेक्ट शुरू हो चुका है। इन दिस क्लास एंड ऑब्जेक्ट वी हैव मल्टीपल थिंग्स, मेथड एंड दी फंक्शंस, राइट? तो यहाँ पर हमारे पास में ये डिफरेंट ऑब्जेक्ट है। अब नाउ आप एक और चीज देखो, जैसे अपर है तो अपर भी हमें ऐसे ही देना पड़ेगा, लोअर भी ऐसे ही देना पड़ेगा। वी डू नॉट हैव आइदर चॉइस। If you do not have any question, then can we jump to tuple?
I'm okay.
Okay. So we are moving towards the tuple where we are going to, so it's a collection of Python objects separated by comma. and we are using, let's say, numbers is equal to quotes 1, 2, comma 3, right? Or I can use names is equal to, let's say, Jyoti, Vani, Sachin, then Suresh, right? And then suppose I'm having fruits, set of fruits. We can have tuple in different ways. My tuple is equal to 10, comma 20, comma 30, and then inside this tuple I'm having, let's say, first name. Okay, so copy this value, C is this one. Actually this is dictionary. Inside the tuple I'm giving dictionary, so I'm going to copy this one, delete, right? Second term I can give the A's value here, it will be 22, and third I can give the list also. So inside this list I can give another set of bunches. Let's say this is the fruit, right? And another print. So this is the collection of different objects actually. So now I am having my tuple, which is consisting of first 3 integers, then dictionary kind of things. जो dictionary का first key है name, Jyoti and S, right? So so let me introduce dictionary also. Suppose we have dictionary is equal to this one, right?